The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides. Mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98 KUPD.
Thursday morning and all the way across the pond, which we call the hallway in the kitchen now. It's the pond.
Yeah.
In Camfield in the morning, celebrating 1 year of midday high drinks at Altaz.
Is the pond that you're referring to the sweat of Altaz employees because they think they're going to be the next to be fired? Yeah. That's what that is?
No, it is it's the constant anxiety and sweat known as the pond.
I was excited the other day. They were talking about something about this segment ending or Ian being gone.
That's all you heard. That was not it.
Tripp was in here.
All that we said was Tripp came in to do a thing.
The real Tripp Reeb.
Yeah, and then he said, I made the joke as the fake Tripp Reeb's like, yeah, I got a segment I want to start doing on Thursdays. Ian's out. And Eric got very excited.
I know.
That's a gay thing, right? Ian's out?
Yeah, Ian's out.
There's
and
the first gay joke of the morning.
Eric as close as he's ever going to get to being a Starbucks employee, just removing you because he doesn't agree with your lifestyle.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because I had we put on social media that the new podcast is debuting today, and a few people said, "Oh, I thought you weren't doing Thursdays anymore." And I just text back to all of them on Twitter or Instagram. Has he fired me again?
Yeah, we'll get rid of you twice. Yeah,
okay. No, I think we did it twice. This will be the third time.
Would it be the third?
I think I
did
been
fire you
once before. Twice. Yeah. No, you fired me twice.
Well, you've shown up a lot.
Well, now that you have the podcast, you don't need to come in here.
Well, Eric,
promote it.
No. We can promote
John
it.
Can do
and
that.
also, Eric. Remember one time we did put it to a vote and it didn't go in your favour.
That is
so
true.
let's just not go back there.
I think the numbers are screwed up here.
No, really, the numbers were.
Are there different numbers in the gay world? I don't know.
No, it was fairly one-sided.
Not all 6 and 9s.
All right, see, and this is why the people always vote for him.
Yeah. I'm looking at an article. Man takes a dump after turning gay and said he's never felt so liberated. Oh no, I'm reading that wrong.
What? It was a big enough dump that'll make you. I'm doing this more.
Man, Brady keeps the Bible of the news in front of him. He's like, hey, we got to talk about the gay story.
Yeah.
Man dumps his girlfriend and is now gay after taking painkillers for broken foot.
This is a new thing that I demand happens every Thursday. If you want to keep coming in,
right?
You bring in gay news.
Okay. Oh, I've got a ton of gay news from your event last Saturday. I mean, we'll get to that in a minute. Jeez.
I like the gay news from that event, too. There's a lot of it.
I mean, there's so much.
Yeah, and it's not you.
No.
It wasn't like you being overly gay.
No, I would. No, I was.
But there
just
are children involved, so be very careful.
Oh, I know. I'm not going to go down that route. I've got a different angle for it. So some guy took pregabalin, which is apparently for nerve pain.
Or Lyrica. Is the
Lyrica? I think Brady misread this, and since he's gay, he started wearing lycra.
Yeah,
I think that's what's going on there.
He did say lycra.
Yeah, there you go.
Lycra.
So he's he needed to stop the pain, and now he started fancying women.
Yeah.
I feel like this is. You get those stories where people have got terrible pain and they get hooked on painkillers, and like 3 months later they've got like the Keith Richards smack habit but can't afford it.
Yeah.
And
so you're saying he's taken it in the ass because
so there is a clinical psychologist that said the anxiety of his sexual, he goes, that drug could have calmed that down and could have made him more open to it.
Oh, you say he was.
But the LGBT nation chimed in on and said, it's not happening. That painkiller.
Oh, good God, I've just seen a picture of him. He's going to do great in the gay community. Jeez.
Yeah, what Ian's saying is he's now taken a liking to it, can't afford the drug, so he's smoking poles and taking it in the ass for any money he can get, and they're just saying, I'm gay then, fine, whatever, call me what you want, just keep the pills coming.
I didn't say that, but...
essentially what you were implying.
I'm just saying that...
That's what you were...
That generally, you generally get the stories that people get hooked on painkillers, and the next thing you know, they're shooting up smack.
Right. And they need to get the smack, and they're usually broke at that point.
Gateway drug.
So you start smoking poles no matter what just to get the pills coming in.
He had a go-karting accident. Now he's hanging out in a glory hole, taking $10 a time.
Have you ever been to a glory hole?
No, God, no.
Do you know where they are?
Well, no.
You've seen one.
No.
Have you been approached?
He's lying.
You are lying.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I got approached by a drug dealer. I wanted to get onto this week because now John's into drugs. Have you heard, everybody?
I'm starting my new mild drug habit.
Not yet. Tomorrow.
Maybe not even tomorrow. Soon. Soon.
I love the way that you're planning it.
I'm not really planning it. It's just when it occurs,
like
I'll be ready.
Most people...
He wants to keep it organic.
No, I just don't want it to be a thing where I've scheduled a time. That's dumb. I just like, if I've got the wizard's pipe and the materials.
You haven't even ordered it yet.
I did. It's ordered now.
It's finally ordered?
Yeah, we'll be here soon.
So it's coming in. So now are you, because the thing is, you're spoilt for choice at this point. I mean, put it this way. You going to drugs now, you get, it's like a parallel with the benefits of someone coming out as gay now. They don't know how good they've got it.
Exactly.
Because back in the day, you'd have been in the closet forever and all the stress and all that.
Right.
These days, it used to be, you used to have to know how to roll a joint and everything, and I could never manage that. I'm terrible with any... do
you partake every once in a while?
No, I've never been into it.
Lame.
So thanks. There's Beavis and Butthead going on in the corner there.
But the worst part is neither does he. So it's the same.
I don't. I never saw the attraction to getting stoned for something that's going to relax you. Like I don't. It was never.
You never wanted to relax.
Just that kind of like. I just associate like if you're talking about marijuana, just the kind of. I mean, I'm sure it's fine if you've got health problems, and I guess it's been proven to help certain ailments. But just the kind of idea of sitting around like a hippie, smoking dope. No, because everyone always says with alcohol, I love like bourbon, and I get like more excited and hyperactive, like I'm a fun drunk. Oh, okay. Right? That's what it says about when I get drunk. They're like you just talk more and you're more fun, and but I don't feel like
you talk more.
Imagine that.
Jeez.
I could never come in drunk to Alt-AZ.
You'd be like one of those chatty Cathys with a 1,000,000-foot cord. Pulled out of you'd never stop talking.
But so the idea of just sort of like, sitting around like going, like,
I don't want to get like that.
No, but that's what you do. Like, I don't want to be sitting there like going, has anyone got Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah, I don't want to be the catatonic
But that's
hippie.
That's what I associate with it. But I think now it's not like that because pot comes in everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you this story off air. I have a friend in L.A. who I've stayed with loads of times, and she's big into pot. And she's a massive CrossFitter, so she's really fit, and she doesn't really drink that much. But everything in her fridge, the fruit juices, the chocolate, like because she won't smoke it. She hates smoking. She hates the...
But she eats it like there's no tomorrow.
Oh,
and you couldn't eat anything in her house because it was full of pot.
She'd go out in the morning work, and I'd be on vacation there. She'd say, help yourself to anything in the fridge, but beware, because the pot stuff looks like the regular stuff. And I'd be there like going, I need to find something that's got dairy milk on it. Cadbury, anything.
But she had it labeled.
No, well, badly labelled.
So did you get high at her house?
No, I was just like, I'm going to stay out of the fridge. I haven't been interested. Here's a strange thing. There were back in the day. I used to be a social smoker, like cigarettes. Right, I used to love smoking Marlboro Reds with bourbon. Like the idea of doing it now just like turns me off. When I first started in radio back in the UK, you could still smoke in the studios.
Oh, that was...
I used to love, like, I'd do a metal show. This is before stupid health and safety came in. You could have, like, the speakers so loud they shook. I used to have my speakers so loud that it would cause the ash from my cigarette to drip onto the desk. Oh, yeah.
Brady would have loved working with you.
Man.
Old...
That is heaven.
Like,
we used to smoke outside and blow it on our clothes and just stand by Brady because he was convinced that he could get cancer from our clothes.
Oh.
He had a crazy scenario that we were actually sick right now.
Was it the secondhand smoke thing?
It was like it was beyond that.
No, it was just the smell of the smoke on clothes and people. You could really notice it. And it came from my mom.
It was like
the thing is
being trapped in the car. Yeah. Windows are rolled up.
Yeah,
I didn't even like smoking.
I
would inhale it. I'd put it in my mouth and blow it all over my clothes and just come back in the studio just
to annoy him. Just to annoy him.
Yeah.
So friends are for.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Did you find as well when the smoking ban came in and so you couldn't smoke indoors in any like bars and stuff? some of them smelt worse because the smoke wasn't masking the atmosphere of everything.
And it did. It turned a lot of places into has it always smelled like this?
So, anyway, so the thing is now you can get pot in everything, so it's way more convenient. But I think I found a drug dealer for you because, and John and I have this strange thing now. We've been, the first podcast is going live today. There are like 10 lost tapes that we'd recorded before that no one's heard. We keep on talking about stuff in the lost tapes and then it becomes reality, right?
And I think it's Siri, Brady and I, since we started talking about this pot thing, both of us are getting pop-up ads for weed on our phones.
Your cannabis oil is ready.
I haven't ever looked it up on there. I know, haven't looked
it listens to you, right?
Yeah. Oh, it knows.
Sometimes, sometimes with Alexa, I just say to Alexa, "Hey, Alexa, where's the nearest art gallery?" Just so she thinks I'm more intelligent. I want to build up like that. Whoever's paying attention, I want to build up some data suggesting that I'm smarter than I actually am. So anyway, I found for the first time since I've lived in Phoenix, which is 2 years now, right? I was approached by a drug dealer. And again, this happened to be on the day that you decided you were going to get into pot, because we'll talk about the drug dealing that happened at your event in a second.
Okay.
But we're out for a drink before we went to John's Alice in Chains show, and we're leaving Hula's on Central to walk to an Uber that we've called, right? And there's this guy that's in one of those cars that you have to electronically charge. It's like the size of this piece of paper.
Right.
And he starts shouting at me and Will, like going, "Hey, come here, come here, come here." I'm like...
Sure, Central Phoenix, a couple guys walking down the street. You walk into an alley.
To be honest, that was the first thing I thought until the car got closer and the smell of weed, like it almost knocked me over in this tiny little car. And I'm like... Is this a drug deal? Because you're really bad at this. Like, in the middle of the parking lot, in your crappy little car, you're going, hey, come here, come here, come here. And then he moves over, and the smell of the weed from the car was so overpowering. And his retort to my, is this a drug deal? Because you really need to practice this. Right. He looks at Will's shoes and goes, "Man, those tan shoes are so gangster. I love you." And then drives off. And I'm like, you're never going to become Scarface.
Oh, that was a gay drug deal. He liked your shoes.
Yeah.
I don't... Well, I see it's all wrong. Like, you're either trying to pick up my boyfriend or you're trying to sell drugs or whatever. But the smell of the drugs, I was like, if I'd have known that John was going to discover pot 2 hours later, I'd have said, get over to Scottsdale.
Could have got me going.
There's a massive deal that's about to go down.
So you went over to Rockbar, and it turned into a big drug frenzy that night.
Oh, my God.
We didn't even know it. And it was all of our coworkers, which is the day I decided... Everyone I know is doing weed except me.
By the way, I need to say there's a little bit of a war that's broken out over my partner in the sales department since Saturday, because he came with me to your gig. Yeah. And, there were people from the sales department that had never met him before, and like 5 minutes later, they're all getting high. Yeah. You know, they've got like the vape pen out.
Everyone was high.
Everyone was high, apart from you and I, because we weren't interested in it. And the salespeople are out of their mind. All I've had for the intervening days since are people going like, "Oh, Will's so great, Will's great, Will's great." And then Cos, who works downstairs, she's literally put a stop to it. Yesterday, she held up her hand like to do the stop sign to the salespeople who met Will for the first time, and she went, "All right, back. They're my gays. I have first dibs on them." And it started like a confrontation thing.
We have fag hag fights downstairs.
You literally do. I went home and I said to Will, we've been claimed as someone's first gays. This is the gayest thing since we bought scented candles in Bath and Body Works.
Oh, there's enough to choose from over there at the old station.
Yeah, I mean, can't Dustin be someone's gay?
Yeah, come on.
Anyway,
we got gays all over this place since we started that station.
And they're adding more.
And they're loading gays. We got a new gay. We got gays all over the place. What? Kaz has her choice of gays.
Well, she's claimed us.
Well, you can't claim gays. You're not the moon.
Yeah, you don't have a say in this?
Yeah.
What?
You don't have... this is slavery. She's not your owner.
I don't know. It was just kind of funny to see them.
If Joe wants to claim you as a gay owner, then you're as
then we got more hags.
Then we got what?
Don't you want more hags?
You're fine, Brady. We just love having you around. Brady's not even laughing at that. Look, wait a minute.
Brady's different. He people from other countries.
That's true.
Yeah.
What the slaves who live out the back?
Australians, Scottish.
The way he was brought up. It's okay to bring people from foreign cultures over.
Africans.
Peter Puffers.
As long as you keep them in the basement.
Yeah, he starts getting too close to you guys. Jesus Christ.
I got a double whammy with you, Ian. It's great.
English,
England,
yeah.
gay.
Yeah.
Ticking all the boxes.
Yeah. Except one.
Yeah.
The big box.
He hasn't called to hang out, has he?
Yeah, he doesn't have you over.
Yeah.
There's a reason.
You have not had Ian to your house.
No, I haven't.
But if he was straight,
but hang
you'd
on.
have him over every get together ever. Not true.
But
I'm invited.
But Will.
That was the most racist thing ever.
But how about this?
No, he's invited.
How about this? But Will is a Christian who used to be married to a woman. So does that are we? That makes it even better.
Is he still?
I think it's worse.
What?
He quit
married to a woman.
He quit most of the
He
Christian
shunned
thing.
it.
He's quit most of the. Well, as he was on the vape pen on the roof of Rockbar, I was like, I don't think this is very Christian.
Spreading gay advice
what would
to
God
We'd
say
have a
about
lot in
that?
common
What?
on the Christianity thing. If
You quit Christianity too, but for totally different reasons.
No, there's just some, theological
Did you quit it?
differences.
Because I was going to ask you if we could go see Rotting Christ. Have you heard
What's
about
that?
their drama? Oh, this is new drama. They're like a European death metal band, and they got arrested this week in Georgia and on terrorism charges because they said they were Satanists.
Really?
I know. I don't know that Satanists are trying to blow us up. I don't know that that's...
We just talked about him a few weeks ago. There's an album out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
What, Rotting
Did
Christ?
we talk about them getting arrested?
Yeah,
They're not
Bernie's
very-
pick of the week.
How about that?
They're not very good.
that's
Yeah, they're not
right.
very good. So if I say, hey, Brady, Rotting Christ are playing the marquee, let's go. You'd be up for that?
Sure.
Would you buy a Rotting Christ shirt?
Probably not.
No.
But you'll go. Check them out.
Yeah.
What if you really liked it?
Well, I know I don't because I heard.
But what if they were good? What if
Yeah.
What if ELO's real name was Rotting Christ?
YellowTeam.com.
Would you wear their
To
gear?
be honest, if ELO are playing on the same night as Rotting Christ, we're going to ELO. There's no, there's
I would see that.
Team.com.
Yeah.
Yellow
It all
Team.
depends on
YellowTeam.com.
if they had
Real
if they had a
estate.
really cool logo. That
Rotting
was,
Christ Realty is not.
That was like
That's my next
RC.
one.
Rotting Christ Realty is just a company that takes you to the churches that the Satanists have burned.
Also, the signs.
Do you want to see? We did a really good job of burning this one. There's just a few of the remains and graves out the back left.
Rotting Christ Realty signs in the front yard burst into flames. They're crosses. It's not a good
Great.
idea.
Maybe. Damn, I should have done that.
The dude holding up a sign hanging on a wood. Yeah, Rotting Christ, you would like their music. See, I think that it's,
If
if
I
you
like
like
their music,
there's
that's
no
fine.
difference.
And the merchandise, if it was like I was saying, it was RC, and
Like
if
Royal
it
Crown?
looked cool, yeah.
He could do that. He wears that Rammstein shirt.
That's true.
Yeah,
All right.
I felt like that our sales team who came to your gig would probably enjoy Rotting Christ if they got wasted. Because the other thing that struck me about our colleagues was that you were doing, and a great job, by the way. I have to say, another amazing show. I mean,
Appreciate
I
that.
was
Your head out of his ass.
No, he
Jeez.
loves it. It was very good. He wasn't the only one. He's not the only one. The Whispering Gaze was amazing. Go ahead.
I was complimenting John after the show. I'm like, the singing on Man in the Box. He's like, oh, it's just shouting, but it was very good.
Yeah, well, thank
What I noticed was, so this was Alice in Chains Unplugged.
Yeah.
Our sales colleagues were so out of their mind after being on the vape pen. They're down the front while you're sitting down doing Alice in Chains Unplugged. In their head, I think they were an EDM show.
Yeah.
The way they were just like moshing.
I looked down and saw the two sales ladies that were high as a kite.
Yeah.
It's dancing to a song we were not playing.
Yeah. There was
There was something
They were
else.
bashing into each other?
Yeah.
Who was it, Mary
It
Tantra?
was Jill and Lisa, but they
Oh.
were so high. No, I don't know. And they were dancing to things that weren't happening.
Yeah.
And I saw
That's
during
great.
Nutshell,
Waiting for
I looked down.
confetti
I'm
to
like,
come down.
I don't know what they were.
They
doing.
were
I
not
think
high.
It was,
They were on the wine. Lisa does that on the
Yeah,
wine.
sure. Ace.
I don't know.
I know for a fact they were. I was watching them do it.
Oh, were you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
They
Shouldn't
were
you be singing?
They're passing around. Not during that, the whole night. It was pretty much inescapable, Eric. It was pretty unbelievable. Yeah. And then I was like, wow, they do it. I've been doing a little quiz downstairs. It's me. I'm the only one that's like not even interested. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna start
I've never
doing it.
been interested. But we found you the weed dealer now.
Yeah, you got your weed dealer down
and
there.
it's good to have a celebrity drug dealer. You being a celebrity,
Oh, is that what that is?
Jeez.
He's right. Go on.
yeah.
God.
Eric, please.
Kiss ass much?
Eric, he's talking. We have a guest.
Just Tony's
Well,
He doesn't like
Of
it
course he
because when people admit my natural talents out loud, it reminds him of how little he's accomplished in life.
but this is blatant. I mean, God.
Yeah, it is pretty blatant. You should probably be quiet.
in London. They're
It is pretty awful.
Just tell your stupid story. You don't have to put that part in.
Your jealousy is horrible.
Okay.
Now, go ahead. I'm sorry, my coattails. Let me move those. Go ahead, Ian.
in London. There used to be
Stand
a
on these. Respect.
celebrity drug dealer that used to deal to. In London, they have loads of voiceover studios where actors go in, like famous actors, to do their voiceovers,
Right.
and they all like drugs. And there used to be a guy I heard this story about him, that he was ancient and he prided himself on being at your voiceover studio within 30 minutes, wherever you were in Soho in London. And everyone called him Eeks because he looked like Edward Woodward from The Equalizer, right? And I was like, no. And we're in a bar one day, and someone I used to work with, like, I was never into doing coke, but she's like, look, I'm going to call him just so you see this. I'm like, I don't believe it. So, and you imagine, like, the trade of drugs in London and the gang warfare that goes on. Oh, yeah. I was always fascinated by how a guy who must have been 70 and dressed in a suit with an umbrella and a briefcase would somehow have managed to carve out the patch of London Soho and deal to all of the actors who'd be doing voiceovers. And literally, Eeks for The Equalizer. And when I say he looked like Edward Woodward, I'm talking like Edward Woodward probably after The Equalizer. Edward Woodward in The Equalizer looks athletic in comparison to this old drug dealer. So I'm saying, like, if we need to get if you want to get, I feel like you need a celebrity level pot dealer, and your dealer needs to have some sort of a story like that.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah?
I don't want a dealer, though. It's legal now. I don't need
Is it?
all that.
I forget what the laws are, because they change from state to state.
Yeah, that'll look bad.
So
I don't need
any dispensary will do.
Yeah,
so scrap that whole story.
Doors for it now. Yeah, I mean, I can go back to your English ways, but it seems pointless at this point that I can go right there. I'm looking at one next to the Circle K and just kind of wander in and get
Don't you have to have some sort of medical?
He had a lump removed. Yeah.
I had a lump on my head. I had back surgery.
I think you could, can't you just
$100 you get a card.
I deal with Eric on a daily basis.
I was just going to say, you could claim with as Eric, like, I need to calm down.
Everybody in this building get one.
Here's one thing I will say, Eric. I am going to treat it like Randy when he went on his medical marijuana on South Park, when all of his friends were screaming, come on, let us have some. I'm like, no, if you don't have a card. I'm going to be very, very stickler about handing it over. Yeah, it's mine.
That's right. There's plenty of other Wheaties to get some from.
That's right. Go ahead. You go do that. You do Ian's way with the Eeks and get your own little drug dealer. I have my legalized version.
I only do it at the big parties.
Do you have a card? Yeah. Is that what you need now? I've seen what you do at the big parties, Eric. I mean, you're out of your mind.
You're a real success.
It's the only time he's ever been nice to me. Poured me out literally half a bottle of Jack Daniels and managed to be cordial for about an hour.
Yeah.
A lot of pats on the back.
And then was asked to remove
I love everybody.
by everyone.
He's a lover.
He just doesn't do well when he's got love in him.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of love there, and he had to leave.
I know.
Because it was getting all over us.
Yeah.
He was loving.
Hey, I've discovered we didn't talk about this on air last week. I've started adding to the well-being of Saudi Arabia. I was reading today that because I did a voiceover last week for a new yogurt in Saudi Arabia, which is a very strange experience when you have to deal with Saudis down the phone, bearing in mind what they have. Yogurt.
Did you remember the name you told us about last week?
It's called Al something or
Jazeera,
other, but they're
Al-Qaeda?
Something like that.
Al-Qaeda
yogurt. Because I read today that like a week after my ad is. Did I even have TV there? I don't know. But a week after, my ad is apparently everywhere where I'm talking about the smooth, refreshing taste of Al-Qaeda yogurt. It's not Al-Qaeda. It's called something else that begins with an A. Today, they opened their first movie theater in like 1 billion years to show Black Panther. So I think that, and I bet the only thing they're serving in that movie theater is Al-Qaeda yogurt.
Yeah, I like that.
Because
Al-Qaeda. He says it cool.
Yeah, that's why they booked me, Eric. That's why I earned several $1,000s for that. But it's a very strange experience, which, by the way, I will pay in American taxes because remember, I am, proudly American. It's a strange experience when you have to deal with Saudi Arabia because this voiceover came from out of nowhere. And first of all, I thought I was going to be talking to Beirut, and they're like, "Well, you just we'll direct you via Skype." And the day before the voiceover, the Beirut people, because apparently Beirut's like...
you told us this last week.
The story
no, we didn't do it on air, did we?
Did.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he's repeating stories now.
I'm the one that's going to start the drug head, crying out loud.
Maybe
told us this already.
He's out of stories.
He's very proud of it.
Finally.
This could be it.
Thank God.
No, I think I thought we did this off air.
You know what is weird, though, is Ian and I yesterday in the hallways were talking about, or actually on the podcast, too, talking about strip clubs getting positive health reviews before the story even came out. And I texted him yesterday, I'm like, that's weird, because we were talking about this yesterday morning, and then all of a sudden the dean's list for strip clubs comes out, and there's highlighter right on top of it. Buttholes.
Although the story on the podcast that I had wasn't about the stripper didn't have a problem with the food being healthy. She just had a problem with her strip club promoting the food before the girls.
Yeah. They said more food inside.
Yeah, to be honest, even as a gay man, I was like, well, maybe the food is the more positive point of that.
Because you were looking at her Tuesday afternoon. All right, we get
4 o'clock.
You can stay for the entertainment.
This is good. We're ending it early.
Not really. He's going to stick around.
Because he's repeating stories.
You repeat stories. We start that.
I'm sure we didn't do that on air last week.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was the yogurt story. I thought you had a new addition to it. Yeah. So I let you go on, and they started telling the same story again.
Maybe I was ingesting the pot. This is what happens with passive pot smoking from your gig on Saturday.
That could be Saturday screwed you up.
Yeah.
Can I get one of those big canes and just pull them out?
Yeah, we can Sandman you out of here every once in a while. Well, I've repeated myself. I'm sorry.
Eric's going to pull me off.
What I did want to ask you, though, is that your dad was in town, and you were supposed to ask him why you were so attracted to terrible movies as your favorites, like Death Wish and
he brought up the
Down.
Equalizer today. What is that?
Yeah, well, Equalizer.
No, the Equalizer was about a drug dealer.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Okay.
And but did you ask your dad, like, why do you think I have such horrible thoughts from my childhood? Because we think it's deep-rooted abuse of some type. We don't know.
Yeah, what they do to you?
Witnessed. Somebody, so you witnessed a murder or something.
No, I don't think so.
You just and you didn't ask your dad. Why do you think that?
I forgot about that. I forget the other week the conversation did come up with Will. I can't remember how, about Falling Down being my favorite movie.
Yeah,
right?
He even thinks it's
and he went
discovering Maiden at the age of 6.
Yeah, like 4,
no, there's a reason for that, because my nan got an album that fell off the back of a lorry.
Right.
Yeah, I know. We've done that. Yeah. So I'm just saying that was the reason for that. It was we know that story.
You're effed up. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
No, it's discovering Maiden at the age of 6 is fine.
See, Elton's getting.
I don't.
All right.
Will was shocked that Falling Down was my favorite movie.
No. Camfield in the morning, only on Thursdays here now, because it's not allowed to be on every day. And you've already done your first hour on the other station, so you're good.
Yeah, is there good entertainment news?
There's going to be great entertainment news. You're staying for that. Ian Camfield, everybody, joins us on a radio station that he can be proud of, 98 KUPD.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.